What's going on YouTube? Attorney Tom here. We're continuing our series about real estate transactions. Today's video is about lender appraisals. If you're new to this series, we started out with how to get a mortgage. Then we went on to real estate agents, what they do, what their responsibilities are, followed by what's an escrow account, the types of deeds, and then our last video was about closing inspections. I'm sorry, there's too many videos to remember. But before we begin, please make sure you hit that like button. I am shamelessly asking you. Every time you hit that like button, the video gets pushed out on the YouTube algorithm and we can continue to grow. I think we just passed 249,000 subscribers. Y'all support means the world to me. We're having a lot of fun, and as always, my goal is to make content worthy of your time. And we have some really cool things planned in the next few months. Side note, check out the Apple Watch. Bought it yesterday. I'm YouTube rich now. Even though I didn't use any of my YouTube money, because I'm investing all of the money that we're making on YouTube, because I actually never thought I would make money on YouTube. I made videos just for fun, into more cool stuff on this channel. I'm actually going to Starbase, Texas in the next couple of weeks, and I'm going to be doing a lot of videos about Elon Musk, Texas law. I'm a Texas lawyer. Can he make a city? How do you make a city? What advantages are making a city? Should you buy land in Starbase, Texas? Is that going to be a good investment? I might buy some real estate. I mean, just think of the content we can make, because as always, this channel covers law, finance, and freedom. So we're covering a whole bunch of different things. But back to real estate. So at this point in the home buying process, you have found a home that you like. You have negotiated a purchase price that is suitable for the type of deed you're going to get. You have opened up an escrow account and you have submitted the home for inspection. So what's next? Well, circling back to the first video I made, how to get a mortgage, I'm assuming you took my advice and you got pre-approved for a mortgage, not pre-qualified. Remember, there's a difference. Pre-approved for a mortgage means you pretty much have already had the mortgage locked in. Pre-qualified for a mortgage is just kind of a rough estimate. If you got pre-qualified for a mortgage, well then the step that you need to take right now is to go back to video 1 on how to get a mortgage and get the mortgage finalized. If you're pre-approved for the mortgage, you're ready to proceed to the next step. So after you had the inspection submitted, there's 3 things that are going to happen. 1, you're either going to walk away from the deal because the inspection revealed something that is not good. 2, you're going to renegotiate the purchase price because the inspection revealed something that's not good, but it's fixable. For instance, if there's a $50,000 foundation issue on the house, you can go to the seller and say, hey, there's a $50,000 foundation issue. I want the purchase price to be $50,000 less because I'm going to have to spend this money to get the foundation fixed. Or 3, the inspection doesn't reveal anything and you're going to move forward with the purchase of the home. When you have the final purchase price of the property agreed to, you're going to need to get the property appraised. Appraisal is generally paid for by the buyer of the home. And the reason for this is the mortgage company likely will not lend to you unless you have an appraisal on the house. And let me give you an example. Let's say you and I agree to enter into a transaction. I will give you $1 million if you subscribe to my channel. I go to the bank and I say, hey bank, this future subscriber is going to subscribe to my channel if I give them $1 million. And the bank says, well, I'm giving you this money. I'm risking losing my capital, giving you this money in the investment. However, one subscriber to a YouTube channel is not worth $1 million. It's worth $500,000. Even though that's not true, you get the point. So why would the bank lend that money to me? It doesn't make financial sense. It's the same thing with a house. If I'm going to buy a house for $2 million, but the house is appraised at $500,000 or $1 million, you're going to be taking on more debt than the house is actually worth. And if everything goes and falls through the cracks and I default on my loan, the bank is going to repossess that house and hopefully try and sell it to get their money back. And if the value of the home is just not worth what the loan was, well then they're gonna lose money. That's why you need to get an appraisal done. So with that said, let me give you some tips for what to look for in getting a good appraisal. First of all, I even mentioned this in a video before I started this real estate transaction series, or maybe it was in the mortgage video, but a very common type of real estate fraud involves appraisers. So make sure your appraiser is an independent third party. Make sure that there's no prior connection with the other party in the transaction, whether you're the buyer or the seller, because a bad appraisal or an unjust, unfair, biased appraisal can blow up an entire deal. At best, at worst, it can lead to fraud. Next, the appraiser you're going to use, check their previous work. Make sure they do thorough work. Make sure they actually do what they say they're going to do. They're not just going to show up to the house or look it up on Zillow or other things. Make sure that they're going to do a proper assessment. And with that, of course, comes looking at their experience, past history, clientele. I would recommend potentially getting appraisers who your colleagues have used in the past. There's nothing better than word of mouth. And just an FYI, according to bankrate.com, the average cost of a single family home appraisal is between $300 and $450. And like I said earlier in the video, that is generally going to be paid for by the buyer. Okay, that's it for today's video. Short, sweet, to the point. We're going to keep on continuing on this real estate series. Probably the next video in the series, just linearly thinking, would probably be title insurance, but I don't know, subject to whatever the hell I'm feeling like. Please make sure you subscribe to this channel if you want to be a part of this community. We're growing like crazy. As always, the point of this channel is to make content worthy of your time. Please leave any questions, concerns, comments down below. Be more than happy to answer them. All right, y'all, thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you later.